Hey guys, welcome to C for Crypto. So in this video, we'll talk about how you can get grants from Push Grants program for your next Web3 product that will have positive impact over the EPNS ecosystem. So in this video, I'll explain each and every step from applying the grant and getting it funded, and also share the resources for you to get started with EPNS protocol. So let's get into the video. So let's get started by understanding what is PGP Push Grants Program. So earlier in the Q1 of 2022, the EPNS team raised a proposal to award up to $1 million from the community treasury to independent teams or developers trying to create value for the EPNS ecosystem. The goal is to just bring various applications for the EPNS protocol as well, benefit the EPNS users by allocating or awarding funds for the builders across the Web3 space. So this program mainly concentrates on creating value for the EPNS protocol and the EPNS users. So in this video, we'll talk about how you can get started with EPNS protocol and build your next Web3 product. Applying for the push grants is pretty simple and straightforward, and the proposer, the one who wants the grant, should be an independent developer or an independent team of builders and people like that. And the proposer should be creating a application at the governance forum under the category of push grants program, available already at gov.epns.io, which is the governance forum for the EPNS protocol. And the proposer should be following certain criteria for creating the proposal. Let's say there's a template already provided by the EPNS team, which includes name and some the category that the product is being built and how it can impact the EPNS ecosystem. So the proposer will have to follow certain rules while creating the application for the push grants, and the proposer will then post that application in the governance forum under the section of push grants program. And once that happens, then the push proposal will go through 3 separate phases, and there are certain rules which will be checked at each phase. And if the proposal, the application, if it passes the minimum criteria at each phase, it gets promoted to the next and next. So at the end of the life cycle, if the application gets through all the 3 stages, it will be allocated for the funds it asked for at the last phase of the PGP. So let's get into what each phase has to do with the PGP process. The first phase of the PGP lifecycle is the proposal phase, where the proposer comes and at the governance forum and applies for the grant under the section of push grants proposal at the governance forum, and the application should follow the criteria mentioned in the template for applying for the push grants program. And I'll leave the link to the template provided by the EPNS team itself, and the application should strictly follow the the criteria given in that template. That template has some essential details of the project that's going to get funded or grant for the from the EPNS protocol. For the application to get promoted to the next phase, there are certain rules for this application to pass to the next stage. So the first rule is that the application should follow or abide by the rules like in the template given in the governance proposal forum. And the next is the post must at least be live for 7 days, and it should get a minimum of 10 likes and 3 comments, and the 3 comments should be in the favor of the application, like the people should be positive on the grant to be given to that particular project. So if the project or the application meets these 3 criteria, a push champion will promote this application to the next stage, where he will create a poll. Second phase, poll. So at this phase, the application has already passed the proposal phase rules and has come promoted to this phase. And at this phase, the proposal will be having 2 votes for and against, and the community will be asked to vote on if this grant should be allocated for the project. So for the project to get moved to the next stage and promoted to the next stage, it should get 10 likes, and there's 2 votes for and against. So if the project gets most of the 4 votes, and it's like the people are wanting the project to get funded from the grants program, and if the project gets against the more number of against votes, and it means that the proposal is not fit to just move to the next stage, but can be reshaped and reapplied from the first, and for the next time the community may just vote for you, and the grant may be pushed to the next phase. The final phase, the governance phase, that happens in the snapshot platform, off-chain voting platform. So by this stage, the application has already passed the proposal phase and the poll phase and has reached the final phase of the PGP lifecycle. So this phase is where the community gets to vote yes or no for, with their votes or push tokens that is staked. So for a community member to be vote or to vote for the proposal, it's pretty same as we vote for the other proposals in the snapshot, where the user should be delegating some push tokens prior to the voting period. So there is a certain criteria for the application to be accepted at this stage or defeated. So the total number of maximum number of votes they decide whether the grant should be awarded or no. So if the grant receives highest number of S votes, then the application is accepted. So also that the application should meet the minimum number of votes to get accepted for the grant. So this is called the quorum, and quorum is simply that total number of votes received should be greater than 1% of the circulating supply of push tokens at that time. So let's say the current push circulating supply is this, and there should be 1%, that is this number of votes minimum at the voting for that particular proposal, for that proposal to get accepted. And if the proposal is defeated, that means the grant is not awarded, and he or she is re-advised to apply for the grant from the first, and just restructure the business idea or the product idea, and provide more value to the EPNS ecosystem. As you saw the three stages involved in the PGP lifecycle, this may seem a little bit complicated for a new person entering into the web3 space, but the fact is that at each and every stage you will get support and mentoring from the EPNS team and the community who already knows the project's fundamentals. Let's say if you are applying for a some social media type of product, and at the first stage you're going to you will get maximum amount of support from the EPNS team, and because many of them are going to read your proposal and can provide inputs that can be very helpful for your next product or the product that you're building with with increased amount of potential for your product itself. So each and every step will provide you some support, and ultimately you can also get funded from the push grants proposal. As I previously mentioned, there are certain criteria for the proposal to follow before creating a proposal in the governance forum under the section of push grants proposal. So the template is very simple and straightforward, which has basic details about you, your project, and the scope of your business product, and how we can drive value to the EPNS ecosystem. So the first thing is that project name and your email and about you. So it'll help what's your passion towards building this product, and it can help greatly boost your chances of getting promoted to the next stage. So giving a very good background about you will help you at this phase. So an email, Twitter, personal links about you. And the fourth thing is that the project's TLDR. So explain what your project is going to do and why you're applying for this grant. And at this phase, make sure you give important pointers that just shows how the value can be created for the EPNS ecosystem as well, and the whole web3 as well. So, and the next is where does your product fall, and the category where your product falls. So it can be DeFi, NFT, DAO, tooling, marketing, whatever you name it, but it should be under it should bring some value to the EPNS ecosystem as well as the web3 space as well. And the project overview, value proportion to EPNS. This is where you should explain how the project can benefit EPNS and EPNS users. So this can greatly improve your chances of getting voted, because the funds you receive the funds from the EPNS protocol. So creating value for the EPNS is very much encouraged at this stage. So the next pointer is that how much funds you would require for building the product, or how much you're requesting for the funds. And it should be mentioned in push tokens, like you can request for 10,000 push tokens, 5,000 push tokens. So it depends on how much you want, and it should be mentioned in push tokens. So and also at this stage, the project and the community will award you grant with certain milestones, and at each milestone they'll be allocating your fund, and they can even increase the allocation if there's a smooth movement from milestone 1 to milestone 2 as you grow. So the template also includes milestones and the wallet address which the push token should be sent on successful application processed. So, and then any relevant links, attachments, and referral, and who referred you to apply for this push grants. And the template is very simple, and you just go through it and add some important pointers on how your product will impact Web3 and how your product will create value for the EPNS and the EPNS ecosystem and things like that. Make sure you add sufficient information for this template. So let's now see how you can get started and integrate your products with EPNS decentralized communication protocol, which is in Ethereum and upcoming in Polygon chain as well. So the first process, it's pretty simple again, and you can just use the DApp already provided by the EPNS and create a channel and start even sending manual notification from the dashboard as well. And there are also so many techniques and steps where you can just integrate your subgraph to send automated notifications upon certain logics. You can just code it in the backend, and there are so many things that you can do with getting started with the EPNS protocol in the first place, and you can leverage every potential available the EPNS protocol and so communicate with your end users. And in this document I've displayed here, it easily lets you just get started with the EPNS protocol. And the very first thing is that you can just go create a channel from the dashboard with you must have 50 DAI token and some Ethereum and gas fees to create a channel in the first place. And once you create the channel with the details like channel name and the channel logo and some description, you will be good to go to the next stage of writing some logics to send automatic notifications upon certain logic, or you can even use the manual sending a notification from the EPNS dashboard as well. So once you created the channel, the next step is that you should have some means to just communicate with the protocol. So there are so many tools to get started, and the very first thing is that there is a demo EPNS front-end application implementation of the same, which you can just download from the fork from the GitHub and play around it, and even make some changes and use that code and insert it into your application, and let users communicate and or see notifications from the other protocols within the dashboard of your product itself. And I'll leave the link to the demo app of the EPNS front end, and which you can just play around with. And there are backend SDK and which you can use to just develop your backend logics for sending the creating the communication from the backend as well. So there are two types of communication that you can just make with the EPNS protocol, which is gasless and gas. So gasless is usually done on the IPFS, Interplanetary File Transfer System, where you can just do some off-chain sending and receiving notification without paying for the gas fees. And you can also opt in for gas based sending and receiving notifications from the Ethereum chain as well. So there are clear documentation provided by the EPNS team itself. They have done a great work at writing this document, and I tried just building a small application which includes a decentralized a notification and as well as decentralized video communicating application, which lets me to just run a community for C4 crypto, and anyone can join at the front end and see what the recent notifications are up for them from the C4 crypto channel, as well as they can join some live streams or streams at the Huddle Pro platform. I just tried to integrate them, and the work is in the process, and I'll be soon getting that application rolled out, and it'll be in open source. This is a small hobby project for me, and creating it was pretty simple, if I should say. So if Node.js and pretty much the basic JavaScript and Solidity, you'll be good to go and integrate your first dApp or something and integrate it with some of these decentralized tools and make maximum benefit of your learning, as well as create value for the community you're building the product for in the first place. So as you saw, there are two types of sending and receiving notifications, and you can just see the other steps involved with this phase here. So there are a number of tutorial for you to just get started. So as I said, you can create a channel from the dashboard as well. So here, so let me just show you the staging application where I created my channel with the test network Coven, and just play around and create a channel and write the backend logic, so and make sure everything works, and then I just can push it to the main Ethereum network. So there is the staging app, staging.epns.io, which lets you play around with the EPNS protocol with which however you want at the testnet Coven network. So I just created a channel from this platform. So you can see here, C for crypto is the channel name, and I've added a logo for it. And at first I just borrowed 50 DAI tokens from the faucet, and I just created this this channel. Super simple. You can see that you can just go here and to create a new channel, and you can just see the hamburger menu to just create a new channel, and it'll ask for your name, description, and that's it. You just click create channel, and it'll be MetaMask or the any wallet will pop up, and you'll be able to create a new channel with having 50 DAI in your wallet. And once that's done, once your transaction is validated, and you can see your channel at this dashboard, and as you can see, I've created my channel here. There are some 5 people actively listening for the messages that I sent through this channel. And there are so many types of receiving notification. You can just manually add your recipients from the dashboard itself, or you can just let them opt in for your notification or the channel from the dashboard itself. There are other techniques which you can find the resources I'll link in the description, which are very useful for your development. So as you can see, I can just send notifications. There are 3 types of notification. I can send to use 5 addresses at the same time, or I can send notification only to a separate address, and things like that you can do and play around with this test platform. This is strictly a test platform, and you can just do anything you want, and you're not spending real money at all. So once you just are confident with the application and your logic behind, you can just deploy your contract into the Ethereum mainnet and use the app.epns.io domain to just access the sending notification manually, or you can just write some subgraph or things like that to just communicate with your. So as we now know how to get started or integrate our D app with the EPNS protocol, so I got some alpha for you guys. So Ethereum push notification protocol is a very community oriented focused platform that builds for the creating value for the community or the EPNS users. So they have collaborated with so many top dApps around the web3 space, and they are also deploying their services in Polygon mainnet very soon. So we will be able to access the services of EPNS from Polygon mainnet as well. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video.